Welcome, citizens. Chitter is here. Doing some more work. Gonna try and actually record the video for my nav macros finally. We'll see how that goes. Wait, I gotta get a cough drop. I'm not having coughing fits anymore, but I might lose my voice. Alright, so this thing moving around like crazy. Welcome, citizens. Chidarius here. This is my next video in my VoiceAttack series on nav macros. So, nav macros are great. There's a couple of basics that I've got going here. I have a macro set up for each of the planetary systems and each of the moons. And I have one set up for Crew L1 and one set up for Arc L1, the stations themselves. And there's also a utility macro called Clear Route. So I'll show you I'll select a Crusader here, then I'll nav to it, and then I'll show you Clear Route. These are all downloadable. There's a link to my GitHub repository in the description. You can download just a VAP file of the nav macros, or you can download all my nav macros with the Astra profile. So here we go. Ava, navigate to Crusader. So it's clearing the route. Selecting Crusader, and there we go. Ava, warp drive on.
Sure.
Ava, warp factor 1.
Jump.
Okay, that's pretty nice. I've actually found it kind of handy. If you're trying to get away out of a situation, it's a little bit more sure than fumbling around. Also, if you're a miner, it is really handy to select the station that you need to jump to with your full mining load. Especially when you forget to do it. Normally I go out mining. When I get to the place in the asteroid field or on the planet, I reselect the station that I'm mining out of, but I forget. So handy for those things. One of the annoyances with navigation is when you do what I'm going to do. When I get about a 50k out from Crusader, I'm gonna bail on the quantum jump. 6, 5. Okay. Now, of course, I can't select anything in my nav because Crusader is still selected. So I just say, Ava, clear route. Go. Now everything else is selected. I can jump around the system, do what I want. the stations for jumping. I'm doing them by name. So Corel 1 is Ambitious Dream Station. Ava, navigate to Ambitious Dream Station. So pretty straightforward stuff. Ava, warp factor 1.
Jumping.
As always, there are XY coordinates for all the mouse clicking and stuff like that. If you do not have a 1080p screen, you're going to have to change those. And I will show you an easy way to change them. Here in a second when the jump is done. But the basics are that you just open up the macro and select everything below with the mouse coordinates that you want to change. Select everything from that coordinates on down through the rest of the macro and disable them. That should work nicely for getting the right coordinates. So, you know, you'll have to do that a few times. I'm looking at some other ways of maybe configuring these things in like a config file, so that you just have to change them once you know what they should be. That way, might be able to do 1080p, a 1440p, and a 4K. But it'll be just as easy for anyone else to change those, you know, as variables or something. And probably then create a macro or something that, you know, you can just set what your resolution is supposed to be, like a profile. And then you can change all those things. Anyways, let's turn that off and I'll show you one of the macros real quick, and we'll be off. Let's see. Show my display. So, I'm gonna show the Euterpe one here first because it does something a little interesting. There are a couple of ones that are like this. I need to stop flying. Am I, hold on a second. Alright, I'm at 0. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Euterpe. Some things, when you double click on them, zoom in too far to see what's going on in terms of like all the microtech. If you double click on the microtech planet on the nav map, which is generally what I do, right? So here I'm going to clear the route in the macro after I hit F2 to bring up the nav map. And then I am double clicking on the microtech planet. And then I'm going into select a sub-nav point. But I'm moving the screen, the cursor to the very middle of the screen, and I'm unzooming with the mouse wheel one click so that Euterpe can be seen. Then I'm selecting Euterpe. So it does it consistently every time, and all of that is good. So if, for instance, I wanted to, well, so if, for instance, I wanted to get the clear route screen coordinates on whatever my resolution that I'm running is, then I would just simply select that all the way down to the bottom. I click on it and say disable actions. Okay. Hit apply. I'm going to move this off screen. But then I am going to right click and execute on that that macro here. 1 second. Let's see, edit. Right, so we're gonna do this. Can I execute right from here? I can execute. Alright, so we're gonna execute. Ava, navigate to Euterpe. Okay, so now the macro has stopped. And I can bring up the move mouse cursor to screen coordinates and just simply reset the position with F8. So, oh, pretty close. I was 1 pixel, 5 pixels off, something like that. So, that is the easiest way to reset all these. And when you're done, simply enable them all. Alright, that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoy the macros. Take a look at them, see how I do things. Bye. Gonna
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Hey, but gear down.
Gear down.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
All right.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
All right, that's probably good enough to upload. Fine with that. Crazy things going on. So, I'm gonna stop streaming. I'm gonna upload that.